All right, so 1.6 is almost identical to 1.5. The only difference we have is these here are in the x direction, not the z direction like they were last time. So that changes things up quite a bit. So it wants us to find the probabilities of up and down in the z direction and up and down in the x direction. X direction is going to be pretty easy, but z direction is going to be a little bit more tricky. So first of all, we know that the uh, up ket in the x direction from being oriented in the z direction is going to be 1 over root 2 up plus 1 over root 2 down. And the down state in the x direction from the z direction is going to be 1 over root 2 up minus 1 over root 2 down. Okay, so we have those two basis vectors, and that is with our default being the z basis, then that's what we would get in the x direction. So what we can do is we can just swap out these kets here with these here, and then work in the z basis. So if we want to find the probability of up in the z direction, along with our state, square it. And then so we have this bra here. So then we'll have, or sorry, this is our z. So this is just our z. And then our state here. So our state is right here. So we have 2, that's a 1, 2 over root 13. But then we have this ket right here. And that ket is this. So then we're talking about just z basis at that point, and we can forget about the x basis from there. So let's go ahead and plug this in. We have 1 over root 2 up plus 1 over root 2 down, right? And then we're still going here, plus I 3 over root 13. And then we have this down ket right here in the x direction, and that is right here. So 1 over root 2 up minus 1 over root 2 down. Okay, so then we can multiply this out. So let's go ahead and just distribute these here. So we have 2 over root 26 up plus 2 over root 26 down plus I 3 over root 26 up minus I 3 over root 26 down. If we want, we can combine these ups here. So we have a 2 over root 26 and then 3i over root 26. So let's do that. 2 plus 3i over root 26. Those terms there. And then we'll say plus, let's see, I'll call it, let's say minus. No, we'll say plus. We'll say plus 2 minus 3i over root 26. And that's up, and this is down. Okay, and then we still need to multiply our, because we're getting the probability for this to be in the up direction here. And this is all going to be squared. So now, now comes the easy part. So we know that we'll keep the up and the up, and these are both now in the z basis. So we don't have to worry about cross basis or anything. We're only in the z basis now. So up and up we keep, up and down we throw away. So now we're left with 2 plus 3i over root 26 squared. Our numerator is going to be 2 plus 3i times 2 minus 3i. Don't forget to complex conjugate. And so we'll do 4 minus 6i plus 6i, and then minus 9i squared. Our 6i's cancel out, and then we're left with our I squared is going to flip the sign. So we'll be left with 4 plus 13 equals 4 plus 9. I'm getting ahead of myself. 4 plus 9 equals 13. And that was our numerator. Our denominator is still going to be 26. Root 26 times root 26 is going to be 26. And this is equal to 1/2. So our up in the z direction is going to be 1/2. Okay, and a lot of this work we can keep up to this point stays the same. So we still wanted to convert the x's, these x's to the z basis. So we did that here, so that stays. And we still combine like terms, so that's good. So that's here. So all we want to do now is find minus. Only thing that changes is now we throw out this term and we keep this term. So now we have 2 minus 3i, you might see where this is going already, over root 26. And we're going to square that. Square the numerator, so that's going to be 2 minus 3i. Complex conjugate, 2 plus 3i. And then we have 4 minus 6i, that's plus 6i, minus 6i, minus 9i squared. Again, these cancel out. Again, that flips the sign. And again, we have 4 plus 9 equals 13 over 26. And again, we have 1/2. So minus in the z direction is also equal to 1/2. Okay, so that was the hard part. Now, only thing we have left is the x direction. But because we already have this in the x basis, that's going to be really easy. So let's go ahead. I mean, you can just look at it and already know the answer, but we'll write it out anyways. So this is going to be up in the x direction. And so we have up in the x times our state here, which is 2 over root 13 up plus I 3 root 13 down. Okay. We keep the up, the plus and the plus. We keep, and then plus and minus we throw out. So we have 2 over root 13 squared is going to be 4/13. So up in the x basis is going to be 4/13. And then we do our minus here, minus in x, minus in x. We keep our minus now, and we have I 3 over root 13 squared. So we have I 3 root 13 times negative I 3 over root 13. So we have I times negative I is going to be negative I squared, so that's just going to be 1. And then we'll have 9 over 13. So minus in the x is going to be 9/13. All right, and then that's all of them. One thing I didn't do in the last video, it also said to draw a histogram with these results, and I didn't do that. I'll do it for this one. So this first one here, if we draw a chart here, so it's going to be a negative h bar over 2. Because really, so when I say up or plus, that really means a measurement of positive h bar over 2. And when I say down or negative, that's negative h bar over 2. So this is plus positive h bar over 2. And so then we have here, we have, let's call this 1 right here. And so, about halfway. So about halfway and about halfway. So those are pretty even. That's our first chart. Our second chart, again, we have negative h bar over 2, positive h bar over 2. We have 1 right here. So this is going to be, our positive is going to be about half as much, a little bit under half as much as here. So 9/13, let's say it's around here. And this one's going to be around here, or something like that. So that's it for 1.6.